So here's our pumpkins. These guys are our pumpkins. Okay, so hey guys, I just wanted to do an update video on the current state of our pumpkins that we carved the other day for the video. If you didn't see that video, I would suggest going to check it out because it was pretty fun and it was interesting. But this is the current state that they are in. So that video was shot maybe like a week or so ago. So yeah, let me just show you what it looks like. So this is what they look like. They're very gross looking. But yeah, from the view of, sorry it's really windy. From the view of our window, you have a happy pumpkin and a very sad, depressing pumpkin. This is a view from our window, and that one pumpkin, this pumpkin right here, looks very sad, and that pumpkin is kind of happier, and it's kind of funny because it just looks very sad and depressing and lonely. So that is the current update of what our pumpkins are looking like. I do not think that they are going to last until after Halloween. Halloween is still like a week away, a week or two away, maybe 2 weeks away. I don't know. Anyways, those pumpkins are definitely not going to last, and they will probably be thrown before Halloween even happens. But that is the current state that they are in, and I will probably keep you posted as much as I can until they're completely rotted or we throw them away or whatever. So just keep an eye for that in our future videos. So let's just get on with today's video, shall we? Alright, so the things you're going to need for this recipe is a small pumpkin, roughly 2 cups of filling in that pumpkin, 1 12-ounce can of evaporated milk, 3 eggs, 3/4 cup of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, that's a lot of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, half a teaspoon of nutmeg if you desire that, and half a teaspoon of ground cloves if you desire that. And of course your pie crust. You can buy it at a store, or you can make it yourself by looking up a recipe. We just simply bought ours from the store. It's just a lot easier. So while that is cooking, you also probably want to preheat your oven. I forget this every time I cook, but preheat it to 350 degrees Fahrenheit on your oven. So yeah. So the very first thing that you should do is wash your pumpkin for all those gross bugs that could be on it from the pumpkin patch or the store or wherever you get your pumpkin from. And also remove the seed. Cut your pumpkin in small pieces. We gutted our pumpkin out pretty much and used the filling and cooked the filling. We used a 2-pot thing where we put water on the bottom and we put the pumpkin filling guts on the top and we let it cook. It cooked for about 30 to 45 minutes-ish. And if you have a big pumpkin, you have to continue this process. course, after you're done cooking your pumpkin guts, as I want to call them, set it aside to let it cool down some. We let ours cool down for about 30 minutes to an hour. It all depends, and if you are cooking it from the rind, you probably want to wait about an hour or so and then degut it then. So if you like your pumpkin pie super, super smooth like I do, and you're a very big texture person and you don't want to taste all those little strands of pumpkin, you might want to have a puree. You might want to puree your pumpkin, I guess I could say. You can simply use a blender or a food processor. We ended up using our food processor to make it as smooth as we could. We were having some trouble at the beginning, and then we added a little bit of water to it, and it pureed pretty well.
How's this smell of, like, cooked carrots?
Probably because it's in this, like, the same family, I think. Shot. It's so dusty.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh. I hope if it would be plugged in.
What happened?
Forgot to plug it in. Okay. Okay.
So if you do have a big pumpkin, you also want to take this time to measure out your 2 cups of pie filling and put the rest in the freezer to use for future pies or any kind of other pumpkin-y treats you want to make this Halloween season. Personally, we didn't have a big enough pumpkin to have any extras, so we just used what we had.
Oh, pumpkin. Oh yeah, that was nice and gushy.
Is it completely done?
Yeah.
So this is the part that is my favorite part to do, is to get a big mixing bowl and add in your sugar, your salt, all of 3 or 4 of your spices. I think it's 4 if you want, or 3 or 2, however you want to do it. Just add those spices in there and add your eggs in there and mix it all together. And while it is mixing and it's been mixed or whatever, you want to add your evaporated milk can and you want to stir it into your mixture. Now, make sure you put your pie crust on a cookie sheet just so it doesn't spill everywhere, but then you want to pour that mixture into your pie crust. If you made your own pie crust, that's great. You did it. I am not a baker, so we have a store-bought one. But you want to pour your mixture into that and put your pie. So then you want to put it in the oven and let it bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 50 to 60 minutes. The time might adjust based on your own oven problems. And you can use a knife to help you test if it's done or not. If it's clean, it is ready to be taken out. And if it's still dirty, it needs to be cooked a lot longer. After the timer goes off, I would check it to make sure it is completely done and ready to be eaten by your family or you. No judgment here. And there's the finished project.